Hello, everybody. This is Listening Lotus coming back to you with another reading. I hope everybody is taking good care of themselves out there. Definitely going outside as much as you can. Let that breeze go ahead and just hit your head one time. Go ahead and get slapped upside the head with some air. Definitely drinking your water. Consume as much as possible to stay hydrated. Most importantly, you know, going within and listening to your internal clock and listening to your instincts and your intuition will never fail you wrong. Okay. All right, so let's just see what's what and go from there. Cause yeah, hmm that's what we do. That's what we do. All right. Okay. Oh, they got a lot to talk about. Okay, first card out is follow your dreams. We love that. Definitely listen to yourself. All right, next card is completion with the number 9. So things coming into fruition. And then you have time out. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. This seems like it's going to be real quick to the point. Hold on. Let's see what else. I like that for y'all. All right. And you got financial discipline, which is very important. Okay. Especially in today's economy. You got creativity. Let's see if we got anything else. And you got love. Oh, this is so cute. I love it. I love the love coming out. Okay. Wait, let's check one more time. Oh, all right. Okay. And then next we got pride. Don't be mad at me, y'all. Look, I just pull what come out. That's all I do. That's all I'm here for. We got pride, and then we have relationship change. ah, let's see what else. Okay, they got a lot to say. This whole goddamn thing gonna be full. Okay, one, two. I try to make sure everything fits so y'all can see, cause I don't want to hear nothing crazy. We got leadership, and then lastly, we got compassion. Okay, I'm laughing, y'all, because I feel like I can hear. I'm just going to have to hold on to the compassion card. I'm gonna put it right there. Okay. So first and foremost, with the follow your dreams, I feel like that is exactly what somebody is already actively doing. They are following their dreams. So congratulations to you. Okay. Congratulations doing exactly what you had your heart, mind, and desire set out to do and bringing it into fruition. With the completion card, really allowing yourself to be okay with some of the cycles or things that you had to do to like close out certain chapters and being okay with it. And then mostly importantly with this timeout card is you taking time out for self. Timeout card is literally all about recentering yourself, and whatever that may look like for you. So recentering yourself, like say you're used to doing certain things that you haven't had the chance or necessarily the capacity in order to do so, or maybe even the finances, right? But you are taking the time out now to finally do those things. And it can be something as simple as like getting a massage, but with the financial discipline card being the next card, it's like do it within reason. So you don't have to pay full price if you ain't got to, especially out here. Okay, go ahead and look up Groupon, or if it's one that you like going to in particularly, because I know how some people are funny. I myself is like that. I don't want everybody's hands on me. Okay, ew. So, maybe ask or keep up with where you do like to go to get a massage as as just the example, right? Um Maybe go when they have a sale. If they have like a 20% off, like, book it in advance. That's also something that can be very responsible of you with the financial discipline card, where it's like, okay, I may not have the finances now, but if I take a few bucks out of each check, and I should be able to make that a goal, right? Then you have the creativity card, allowing your creativity to really flow and flourish. And I'm so here for that, because that is a part of you following your dreams, as that being the first card that came out. You cannot follow your dreams without allowing your creativity to flow. And most importantly, with this love card, even though I know it's glared off you, um, doing everything from a place of love and really coming from a loving space, a loving heart space, um, a very passionate space. And the reason why I say that is because the last card you got was compassion. And technically that would go over here. Let me see, can I make that? Because I don't want y'all to ignore this pride card, because hold on. We finna get into that. Because the pride card, the reason why I laughed is because first the love card came out and then the pride card came out. So some of y'all being stubborn. Some of y'all being stubborn or being too prideful to allow love to come in. And with that, that's the reason why they got on y'all ass with this relationship change card. They like, whether you like it or not, it's coming. Okay. You want love just as well as anything and anybody. All right. And honestly, I can see where it's present, it's here. Whether if it's more of a self-love within yourself with the timeout card, and doing it within your budget and within, your reasonable means. But love is here to stay. Okay? It ain't going nowhere. And I love that for y'all. And then next you got the leadership card. Um Really taking more of an authoritative role over your entire life is what this is looking up like. This is somebody that is like completion, or the number nine, um, regarding all things pertaining to your life. And also doing that from having compassion for others, as well as having compassion for yourself. Um, Acknowledging how far that you have came, and how far that you're intending to go. There, that's probably better. Boom. Okay. You could also be seeing triple nine. Okay. That's another way to look at this, because 81 reduces down to 9, so it could be 999 that you could be seeing. But just really just knowing that you have went through certain parts. Oh, I could do it like this. Hold on, y'all. Y'all went through certain parts in y'all journey where in a minute, um, this pride shit you think that you about to have, child, it's going out the window. It's going out the window for sure. Because you can't be prideful in love. Being too prideful could potentially put your dreams and aspirations in a chokehold, because you also have to do those from a loving space as well. Love conquers all. And with that, that's the reason why I'm saying get this weak ass shit out of here. Hold on. Okay, excuse me, y'all. I might have had a little bit of sugar. So yeah. Anyway, this is really good. I feel like whoever I'm speaking to, not only congratulations, but congratulations to a certain level of what's the word I'm looking for? I'm always looking for a word. Congratulations to a certain level of peace. There we go. A certain level of peace. Not only just within yourself, but how you carry yourself. You doing things more from a loving and aspirative standpoint, You're allowing your creativity to stand out and shine through. And you're doing all these things as within, I'm gonna say, your tax bracket. Oh boy. Which that can also potentially change, right? Um but most importantly, it's like you have so much love and compassion for yourself. Like I have no clue who I'm speaking to, far as like the things that you have went through on your journey, but it definitely, everybody's journey is different, and some journeys are a little bit more rocky than others. But at the end of the day, you have followed your dreams to the point of completion. Like you are really doing the damn thing out here. So hey, okay, kudos to that. Had to clap a little bit on that one, because a lot of people do not always get to see that completion phase, you know. So however long it took you, it don't matter. It's the fact that you are actually here. So congratulations, okay? Congratulations. And doing it within a budget, okay? Yes, absolutely. Um, Even with the love and compassion, you are embracing also relationship change. Another thing that I could see, which this could be a totally whole other different person that I'm speaking to, but embracing relationship change and knowing when to allow it to come in. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to get rid of certain people, but just embracing and really allowing growth, because with growth and change, they go hand in hand. So there could be a potential new way or a new level of looking at a relationship, and really being even more authoritative with this leadership card, as well as having compassion for whatever that relationship may have possibly went through, and embracing and allowing any changes that need to have had happen, allowing them to happen, and you guys moving forward from there. But most importantly, you guys started off with love. Okay, starting off with love. So letting love lead the way. And with letting love lead the way, that's the reason why I feel like with this pride card came out, it's like maybe there's even certain things or whatever that you had to come to grips within yourself, or understanding like you were being too stubborn or too prideful in this certain relationship. And you guys weren't, both of you could potentially have not allowed each other to um, have space and room to grow with one another, right? I know that can tend to be something that is very easy to do, or at least very easier said than done. I think the word is what I'm looking for. But like a lot of people get so caught up in how they first meet somebody, or how they first initially um, had certain scenarios, or how they may have thought that the relationship was going to go, which that still is on you, right? Because you put in your own, how you want things to go on another person, and you giving them these high ass, a lot of times, expectations or whatever that they're never going to be able to uphold or feel. So that's more of a mental thing that you got to work through within yourself, right? But for the sake of the scenario, a lot of times or whatever, and the reason why you get those um relationships that have been together for decades plus is because as they were growing and going through different phases of their own personal lives, even though they've came together as one, right? They're still allowing them, they're still allowing each other to comfortably be themselves, and whatever that new level of them that may look like, the other partner is also embracing whatever changes that that other person is going through. And so it's a constant learning curve. It's a constant revamping to see what better works now in the foreseeable future for where you guys are both at currently, with the changes that just happened amongst you guys, if that makes sense. And maybe sometimes that also regards to whoever I'm speaking to. This time it may be taking for you to take more of a relationship. More of a leadership, more of an authoritative role in the matter, right? And doing it from a place of compassion. Like you guys still love each other, because it sounds like it's more some couple stuff going on, right? Um, or it could simply be my singles too, or whatever. This could be regarding yourself, but you're as you have evolved in certain areas, a lot of what has came with that is allowing people to simply be who they are. And as certain changes and certain things come to the forefront, allowing yourself to have enough love and compassion for not only just yourself and where you're at, but where that other person could potentially be. And allowing yourself to put your pride to the side and just understand when there might be some changes and some simple tweaks that may need to happen in order for you guys to grow and move forward if you guys still want to be in said relationships. And this don't always have to be like, you know, people that you get in a bed with. This could simply be like friendships and hell, sometimes it can be amongst your children. Okay? So take that as is. Take that as is. Let me see something else. Ooh, I was getting them out. Hold on. That ain't what that was. The whole thing fell out. All right. So let's see. So I want to get. Cause I feel like that was two different, which is fine because I never know who I'm speaking to. So take what resonates. Okay. All right. And this card says, embrace your freedom. Don't take anything personally. Let's read the back. You gain a huge amount of freedom when you take nothing personally. No spell can affect you, regardless of how strong it may be. And if you live without fear, if you love, you will be happy with your life. And that's the reason why I was like reiterating because all of these top six cards is like really where you're at. It's like you're budgeting, you're being more financially disciplined, you're allowing your creativity to flow and really thrive and shine with you following your dreams, and you are completing certain tasks or certain desires and things that you've always wanted, and the fact that you're doing all of this from a loving space. Okay. Never gonna leave that out because you're leading with love. Love literally conquers all. Love literally conquers all. So it doesn't matter, even if there's been certain oppositions that have came to the forefront that have tried to reveal themselves in a sense, because you're doing everything from ending in love, and love is literally one of the strongest frequencies. Like, you're so happy and what you got going on, and you're so engulfed with how you're moving and doing things, you're also willing to have compassion for even those people. Okay. And you're just being more mindful of you taking more of a leadership position in your own life. And then, also taking inventory as to embracing any relationship, any changes that need to happen in any relationship, and also being mindful that you're not being prideful, putting your pride to the side. If you need to have an open and honest conversation with somebody, be able to do that. Okay. Simple as that. And what I like most importantly is it said, regardless of how strong you think somebody's effects of like someone trying to put a spell on you or something like that, because we're in a spiritual space, right? And we're not going to sit up here and act like people don't be doing stuff, because they do make attempts. Okay. um but you're fearless. It says, if you live without fear and if you love, you will be happy with your life. So, regardless of wherever you're at, maybe you're not put all the way completely financially where you want to be, but you're being more diligent about your finances, right? And with that, that down the line, there's only going to be a matter of time, because you're doing all this from an abundant, loving space, that even that in itself is going to no longer be a worry over, just keep being diligent. Just keep being diligent. Just keep being on your own ass so that nobody else has to. So that is pretty much it. That's it in a nutshell. Congratulations to whoever this is. Like, I can see that, and this goes for most people, right? In order for you to get to this stage and to still be a loving person, Um, it takes guts, honestly, because especially, the more you have been an adult for as long as I don't know who I'm talking to, right? But through different time spans or different phases or different chapters. Like we all get tested and we all go through different phases and stuff, right? And sometimes those different phases and scenarios or things that you may have went through, they can sometimes turn some people cold hearted. They can turn them into not so loving human beings as they once used to be. Okay. And they have been hurt to a point of that they feel personally, right? Of they feel like it's a point of no repair. So the fact that you are still coming from a place of love, and that doesn't necessarily always have to be extreme because I don't know who I'm talking to, and everybody's levels are different, right? Um, so fill in the blank with that. Only you know what's going on with you and what's going on in your life, right? But the fact that whoever I'm speaking to, have gotten this far and still being able to love, so profound. So profound. Congratulations. Because in the process of you loving and being compassionate to the people around you, right? Which is the reason why you have this timeout card where you're taking more time out for yourself. You're also understanding, you know, the importance of loving on yourself, having compassion and stuff for yourself, just as well as what you do for others, do for yourself. Okay. And finding a good harmonic balance between that, as well as allowing yourself to check your own shit in a sense, and knowing when you're being prideful, and also nipping that shit in the bud too. So this is all that I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for everything. Continue to like, share, comment, subscribe so that you can get more videos. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And in the meantime, in between time, take care.